Now joining us to further examine this matter is our legal correspondent, Dion Jackson Miller. Dion, based on what the commissioners are saying in that release that we just reported on, they had to act the way they did based on the provisions within the law. That's the Integrity Commission Act. Do you agree with what they've said?
In short, no. So the commissioners are relying very heavily on section 53(3) of the Act, and if we could just bring that up. Now, this is a section of the Act that says the Director of Investigations, the report from him has to be tabled in Parliament before anybody else at the Commission can say anything in relation to an investigation. Now, I am suggesting, though, that the Commission cannot rely on this without also looking at what is said in section 3D of the Act, and if we could bring that up, because that is a part of the Act that says one of the principal purposes of the Act is to enhance public confidence in these types of investigations so that they are dealt with in a manner which achieves transparency, accountability, and fairness. And I'm emphasizing fairness here because I don't think that the Commission dealt with this matter in a way that you could say it is fair. When you look at the sequence of events, and we can bring that up very quickly, as you said in your report, Giovanni, the director's ruling was made on January 12th. The report from the Director of Investigation sent to Parliament on Monday this week, tabled on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the Commission said they received official confirmation, ordered it published, and it was published on Thursday. I'm going to quote the former or the current Chief Justice, then Justice Sykes, who said, in a matter, we are no longer in the days of the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. We have instantaneous communication. Why could you not have had the ruling tabled immediately after the report? Or an open line from Gordon House. We've now tabled the report. Bam, you click a button and the ruling is thereby published. There is no explanation as to why it took 48 hours for the ruling to come out after the report was published.
Now, they also say that according to the law, the directors have to act independently of each other, Dion, and that the executive director has no control over the content of an investigation. Now, how did that affect what happened here?
I think the commissioners seem to be confusing the issue of control and the issue of communication. No one controls the Director of Corruption Prosecution, for instance, but it is ridiculous to think that you are in an organization and everybody is operating so independently that the executive director doesn't know what anybody else is doing. You're not controlling the different directors, but the integrity commissioners have a duty to handle and handle what is going on in such a way that the proceedings are, as I said earlier, fair.
Does this, in your opinion, Dion, suggest that we need some kind of legislative reform, as we hear the Prime Minister saying, or we heard the Prime Minister saying in our top story? Well,
I'm not sure what the Prime Minister has in mind, because that might cause a little bit of concern. You have to ensure that we're not weakening the Act and weakening the Integrity Commission. However, I don't think there is any reasonable reason for us to have the reports from the Director of Investigations published separately from the rulings. And I think in this particular case, this has been a graphic instance of what can go wrong there. I think perhaps we need to look at mandating that once the Director of Investigations completes the report, it's sent to the Director of Corruption Prosecutions and the ruling is made, that they both be published at the same time so we can have a holistic view of what has happened, and that even if there are not criminal charges involved, we can then have a proper discussion as to whether there are procedures that need to be changed or whether there were other actions that are of concern, albeit not rising to the level of criminal prosecution.
Well, our legal correspondent, Dion Jackson Miller, thank you so much for that analysis of this ongoing situation involving the Prime Minister and the reports from the Integrity Commission. Of course, we'll continue tracking this story. It's now time for a short break.